Hello guys, welcome back to another exciting video. In this video, we'll take a look into the Python's FastAPI framework, which is used for creating APIs very fast. Now, using FastAPI has become industry standards in the data science field and data engineering field. The developer experience we get in Express.js, the same kind of developer experience we get in this FastAPI with the help of Python. Now it has very similar syntax as of Flask. Before Fast API, we did not have a proper way of creating API. We had Django's REST framework, which was a kind of hacky version for creating APIs that is too hectic and too bulky for creating simple APIs. And Fast API is very smooth, fast, and it generates documentation automatically, which is a magical power of this Fast API. Now we'll take a look into how it works, this fast API. Fast API can work on its own, but we use a simple web server for this, that is UVCon. And we'll try to create a simple CRUD operation API, and we'll use Pydantic. What is Pydantic? Pydantic is basically giving types, creating schemas, and giving creating database models. So with the help of Pydantic, UVCon and FastAPI, we'll create a simple CRUD application. So for that, I will open my terminal here and and I will create one virtual environment. I am using Linux here, so I will do Python 3 -m venv. Some people say .env or some /env to hide this env folder. So for what we are using this env, basically this virtual environment we are creating is to isolate our project from the system. So if anybody has to create or use this project, so if anybody has to use this project, he will not have some problems with the dependencies or modules which he will install. So to activate this virtual environment, I will say source bin source env bin activate. Now my virtual environment has been activated. If you are in Windows, you will do directly env bin scripts activate. Now we'll install uh, this fast API and UVCon. Now these packages has been installed. Now we can send these packages, whatever we have installed in this virtual environment, we can save those dependencies into a requirements.txt. With the help of pip freeze command, pip freeze, send that to requirements.txt. Now you can see one requirements.txt has been created. We can see all the modules, whatever we had installed has been written here. So if anybody else has to use this project in their system, they have to install these packages only for running the project properly. So setuping fast API is not a simple thing. There we have to use linters and all that for fast API using documentation properly. But we are just having the overlook of this fast API, how we can create and what is the magical powers of fast API. For that we'll not do anything setup. So instead of setuping properly fast API, we'll directly create main.py file. Py. So after creating main.py file, we'll import some things in this, and that will be first thing will be fast API, obviously fast API, import fast API. And for schema models, we'll use Pydantic. So what we'll do, we'll import from Pydantic import base model. After importing these two things, what we'll do, uh, the way we create an app in Flask or Express, same way we have to create here also. Then after this, what we'll do, we'll create a simple model here and we'll say class app class laptops laptop, and laptop will have ID. With the help of this Pydantic, we can give typing to our member datas. So, and this laptop will inherit the class which is base model. And now I can say str. And this laptop will have model name, and that will be string, and name will be there. That will also be a string. And instead of this ID as string, we'll change this ID as integer. Now we need something to store these laptops. So for that we can use lists from typing module, or what we can do, we can create a normal Python list. So we'll say we are just taking overview of this fast API, so we'll not go to the database section. We'll normal use list here. Okay, so for that I'll create one list of laptops, and that will be one empty list. And another thing in fast API is that is the fast API totally works on decorators. Now, what is decorators? If you know Python properly or have some kind of experience in Python, you will be already knowing what is decorators. The basic definition of decorator is that decorator is something that gives a superpower to a normal function. So how to use a decorator? So in Python we use decorator like this. First this add symbol, and we say decorator name, something app dot get here, and below this we'll define our function. We'll say home, and we'll return one normal dictionary here. We'll say message, and that will be hello world. So this means that if anybody will go to this route, which is home route, which is home route, if anybody will go to this home route on our server, he will get this as message. So this is the overview of the simple get request. We'll create one more get request. We'll say app app dot get, and instead of home route we'll say get route, get laptops, and we'll define one function def get laptops, and this will return these laptops whatever we had stored in this list. So we'll directly return these laptops, and with this we can add one more route. We'll say app dot post, which is post route, and we'll say in this add laptop, and we'll define function for this also, add laptop, and this function will take uh, one laptop, and that will be of type laptop, this laptop whatever we had created this model. So we are uh, we are allowed to this typing with the help of Pydantic model. So what we'll do, we'll say after adding this, we have only got this laptop from the request. Now what we'll do, we'll add this laptop to our this laptop's database, which is normal list for this case. And now we'll create one more get request, get route, and we'll say app.get, and we'll say get and we'll add this laptop ID. We'll get a single laptop with the help of the ID parameter. Now we'll define function for that, and we'll say get laptop, and this will take one laptop ID that will be of type int, and oh, that's it. And we'll say we'll use normal for loop over this list, this database list. We'll say for I comma laptop in laptops. If now we'll check if laptop ID equals to laptop dot id, then if that is will directly return, or we can say directly return laptop. And if this for loop is completed, that means we haven't found any laptop with the ID given. So after coming out of this loop, we'll say return and error laptop not found. And same way what we can do, we'll add one put request which is used to update a previous database. So we'll say update, and it will give laptop ID the same way we used before. And then what we'll do, we'll use the same for loop here also, and we'll say laptops of index I equals to laptop, or oh, we have to use this function here, update laptop, and this will take laptop ID same as before, laptop underscore ID, and that will be of type int, and another it will give updated laptop, and that will be of type laptop. So we'll say updated laptop here, updated laptop, and what we'll return this updated laptop, return updated laptop here. And after that, if we had if the ID is not correct, if the given ID is not correct by the user, we'll send an error response, return error, and we'll say laptop not found with given ID. Okay, so now to fire up the server of this fast API, what we'll do, we'll update this, we'll run the UVCon, we'll run with the help of UVCon. For that, we'll run this command UVCon main.py app hyphen the reload. Reload means if we change anything in our main.py app, after saving, it will automatically reload the server for less time consumption. Now this server has been fired up. We can go, we can see on the home route, we are getting this message, whatever we had got this message. Now we can see the magical power of Fast API. If we go to the slash docs here this documentation has been already created, which is very useful for testing. So we don't have to use Postman in this development. So what we can do to test this get laptops, we can run this, try it out, execute. Now we are getting this response body here, which is an empty list, and we can use this add laptop route. And what we'll do, look, it has given already the demo data here. We have to change only the data. We'll say here try this out, and ID will be 0 and laptop will be HP Elite book, and name will be HP, and we can save this and execute. Now we can see response body 200 response code, which means this has been created. Now if we will run this route again, execute. Now you can see we got this as response, this list as response. Now instead of this, here we can try this out and we'll say with the 0, look, we got internal server error, laptop ID. Why we got this? And I don't know, let us check here. Okay, I have used for loop in a wrong way. Instead of writing laptops directly here, I have to write enumerate and laptop. Enum laptop and here also. Now if we'll execute this again, I am getting this error laptop not found. So I'm getting this laptop not found error. So why I'm getting this error? This is because I changed something in my code and I saved this code, and it means that this list has become empty again as we are not using proper database here. So we have to send one more request, add laptop request here, and we can see execute this get laptops. We can see this laptop and with the ID 1. So what we'll do in the get laptop, if we'll say ID 1 and execute this laptop, now we can get this laptop with ID 1. So instead of 1, if we give some other number after executing, we are getting a proper error message. So, and we can also use this update laptop. We have to give this laptop ID, and we'll use some elite book here as it was first. Uh, this Victus laptop. So what will change? We'll change this into Elite. So after executing, we can see this response body, and what we'll do if we'll get laptops again back, we can see instead of Victus, we can see Elite here. So this was the overview of FastAPI, which is used for creating APIs very fast, and it gives very fast developer experience. So if you have to instantly create something, you can use FastAPI. So thank you for watching this video.